So tonight is about the post that I put out there. And the post is how to win 1 million rand, how to win $60,000. This is something that we put out in Aureus, because that's the reality. Okay. If we can sell out our pre-sale, then that is what the competition prize is for the top leader, the top networker. The person that has sold the most shares is $60,000. Now, the big question is, now, what if the pre-sale is not sold out? What's going to happen then? It's very simple. Whatever shares is not sold out, it's going to go over to phase one. Okay, so on the 5th of November at 12 p.m. South Africa time, it will be the end of the pre-sale, and then it will switch automatically over to the main sale, which means every single share will then become $10, including the $5 shares that was left. They will be transferred over to the $10 shares. Okay, so I'm just meeting everybody here. Right, I will ask questions just now. Okay, so for all the new people that are here tonight, I'm quickly going to run through the presentation, and then I'm going to open up for Q&A. And after Q&A, I'm going to give some tips on how to boost, all right, boost your network so that you can get to that level where you can actually win one of these amazing prizes.
Ingcebo yangempela ayilinganiswa kuphela ngobukhulu bekhasi lakho lasebhange noma izibalo zezimali, kodwa kufanele ihlanganiswe nomthelela owudalayo. Kwa-AUREUS, uthenga isabelo kanye kuphela bese usiba ngumnikazi phakathi. Akusiyo inqubomgomo noma ubulungu, kuwukuba ngumnikazi wangempela, ongumhlanganyeli ebhizinisini. Isabelo sakho sisekelwa yigolide kanye namabhizinisi amasha i-AUREUS ezokhula kuwo, njengobuchwepheshe kanye nezindlu kulo lonke elase-Afrika. Lokho kusho ukuthi uthola inzuzo njalo ngekota, imali yenzuzo ehlukanisiwe futhi ikhokhelwe ngqo kuwe. Kodwa lalela, amasheya okuphuma ngaphambi kwesikhathi amancane futhi isikhathi siyaphela. Usengaba ngumnikazi wamasheya ngo-5 kuphela noma ngo-100 kuze kube mhla ziyi-5 kuNovemba 2025. Ngemva kwalokho intengo yesabelo iyakhuphuka. Lokhu akusiyo nje inkampani, kuyifa elenzelwe ukwakha ingcebo yezizukulwane ezizayo. Thatha isabelo sakho. Vakashela AUREUS Africa manje.
AUREUS.
Right, before I continue, now that I know a lot of people didn't understand that, myself included. I do not understand Zulu. Did we create this just for AUREUS? Did we create it for us? No, not originally. We were requested by a strong networker that has joined our ranks, Mpumi and Nomza. And so they came down, they came and met us, personally, myself and Donovan, and they requested, you know what, can we please create them a video? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you have a team that's, for an example, let's say in Burkina Faso, okay, or that is in India, or is in Germany, or Russia, or even China, it doesn't matter where they are. But if you require a video created, then please let us know, okay? And we will create it. If you've got a strong following, a strong network there, then we will create a video that's in it. Like, for an example, Paul, he's got a network that's in Egypt, so that's Arabic, okay? But at this moment, our resources is going to be finite, so we're not going to create multiple presentations, videos, and everything in every single language, okay? And nobody is going to come in those languages. That is absolutely pointless, right? So if you have someone like Musa brought in a lady, I hope she's here tonight. That is from Brazil. So we need to create marketing material for her that is in Brazilian. So that's type of thing. So the point what I'm making here is if you need marketing material, you were introduced to this business by someone, okay? So for everybody that's new, you will get to the presentation now, but tonight's about marketing. It's about learning how to actually grow the second part of the business, not the first part of the business. But you're also going to learn about the first part during this presentation. It's just going to be a bit longer. So if you need marketing material, then contact us, okay? We are open. You got all our numbers on the websites. Most of the leaders are directly connected to us. Tell us, listen, JP, we need a video like the one that we saw that's in Zulu. We need it in Xhosa, or we need it in German, or we need it in Italian or French, you know, and we can make you a custom video for that, and you can take it out to your network. Okay. So that's basically one of the things is we need your help as the networkers to boost the sales, okay, to sell out the shares, and that's why you are benefiting with the networking part of it. You are earning 15% commissions, direct sales affiliate commissions, and you also got a chance to win in this competition.
Alliance, own your legacy. Have you ever dreamt of being part of something truly powerful, of owning more than just a share, but a stake in a company built on purpose, profit, and legacy? With AUREUS Alliance Holdings, that dream is now within reach. This isn't just one venture. It's an exclusive opportunity to become a shareholder in a legitimate South African company that's scaling across industries, starting with sustainable gold mining. The near future company growth plan includes, but not limited to, property development, technology, and sustainable high-growth ventures. For just $5 internationally or 100 Rand in South Africa, you can secure your first share in the historic launch phase. Every share matters. Every shareholder grows with us. As AUREUS grows, so does your dividends. We're not here for reckless mining. We're here for innovation, using eco-friendly wash plant technology that protects the land while producing real results. It's wealth creation with impact, generational, transparent, trustworthy, and you'll never be left behind. Weekly Zoom updates keep every shareholder informed on process, performance, and dividends. This is your chance, your stake, your legacy. AUREUS Alliance Holdings, true wealth, real impact. Your realization and journey finally has the opportunity to start here and now.
Okay, so welcome everybody to tonight's Zoom presentation for AUREUS Alliance Holdings, where we are building gold-backed impact ventures to give back to the community. Why? Because real gold equals real profits. Okay, so firstly, you are getting involved in AUREUS Alliance Holdings as the company, not in the mining operations, property development, AI infrastructure, game development, or whatever AUREUS is going to be getting involved with in the coming 100, 200, 300, 400 years probably, okay? You are buying shares in the holding company, in AUREUS Alliance Holdings. And the important part about it is that as the company is growing, as we are expanding, you're going to be earning dividends from the profits of the business itself, okay? Whereby if you invested, for an example, in our alluvial 250-hectare gold mine in Zimbabwe, then you'd only earn profits from that mine. If you would invest in for an example, the games that we are going to be building, then you'd only earn profits from that. But because you're investing in AUREUS Alliance Holdings as the company, all right, that means that you're earning from everything. So we're talking about $1 billion company, yeah. That's going to happen in the next, I would say, next 5 to 10 years. Okay, and during this presentation, you'll understand why. So for all the networkers that are watching here tonight, this is an important part that everybody needs to understand, is this specific presentation. You need to understand what you are selling. If you understand what you're selling, then you can sell it. If you don't understand it, then you are going to struggle. And you're either going to ask your sponsor or you're going to connect me and you're going to ask me. Now, I am here. Whenever you need to have a Zoom meeting, then I will come and I will do the Zoom presentation and I will help you to sell the shares that you are doing. Right. So we have got 2 eco-friendly wash plants that we want to get up and running by January 2026. This means that it's a greenfield plant. There is no machinery that's been on this land, and we are going to be the first, right? It's 250 hectares. It's got 2.1 tons of gold, according to our geotechnical report. That 2.1 tons of gold is currently worth about $160 million. Okay, so it's a lot. So we're looking at, if you divide that by the amount of shares, you're looking at roughly about $100 per share on a dividend. Okay, that's on that specific land. If that entire piece has been mined out, that 2.1 tons. But that's only in the first 80 centimeters. We're going to go way deeper than that. And until we hit what they call going past the alluvial layer. And a little disclaimer from my side, I am not a engineer. I'm not a miner. I am a software architect and developer. But I'm helping everybody to understand how this business works because I'm actively involved in the company. I've helped develop this company with Donovan James and the other partners and team. Okay. Now, we are using wash plant technology. Once this land has been mined out, then we will return it into a natural viable state. So wash plant technology looks like this. And please note that this is an AI generated video, okay? Completely AI generated. But these machines are called wash plants and they are not AI generated. That's the actual type of plant that we're going to be using. That's not the specific plant that we're going to be using. I will show the specific plant just now. But this will give you an indication of what we want to do, how we're going to be growing, the type of ideas that we have, because we want to build sustainability in the mining sector. We are running off, we're going to be running off wind turbines and solar energy. And we're also going to be building self-sustainable villages through my company. That is going to supply food, electricity, water, and as well as schooling and clinics. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what we're looking at. And as the capital comes in that we're now selling the shares for, we'll be able to add additional of these plants, right? More and more of these plants will be able to be added, all right? Which means that the more pay dirt that we can process, the more gold we can get. The more gold we get, the more platinum, more copper, silver that we can mine out and we can refine and sell, the more profits every single shareholder is going to be getting in dividends. All right. So there is no percentage-based profits here. Okay, you're not buying a share and expecting tomorrow that you're going to wake up and this has grown magically by 5%. It doesn't exist. This is based on what is taken out of the land, what is sold, what is what businesses grows, the profits. And that profits is divided. Okay. There's a total of 1.4 million shares. And once these 1.4 million shares is sold, they will be traded on the AUREUS NFT marketplace for a minimum of $1,000. Now, how can we do this? The reason why we can do this is because they are registered by the CIPC for $1,000 per share. So this is it's not an, well, it's a share certificate, and this is what yours will look like. But yours will have your name or your company name, address, and so forth, and the amount of shares that you have purchased. Okay, for everybody that is waiting for the share certificates, going to be asking me this no longer than 48 hours, and everybody will start getting their share certificates. We have made great progress. We're expecting that the sales is going to start exploding. We will not be able to do this in a manual process, so we had to get everything approved, and we built the software that's going to be creating these share certificates as people are purchasing it. Right. Also, these NFT shares, they are going to be on this marketplace, and they're going to be connected to artwork. This is going to be African designed artwork by probably predominantly African artists, but other artists will also get involved worldwide. They will get a portfolio on the website describing who they are, what artwork they've done, and the specific piece of artwork that was chosen to go onto the NFTs. So like I said, there's 1.4 million NFTs. What does this mean? The NFT's value can actually increase by this design that's on it because of the rarity factor of it. Some NFTs in the world sell for over $30 million. And then we're talking about pictures of penguins. That's not even realistic. It's just a artwork piece. Okay, so we don't know what the value is of these shares above the $1,000, but we can guarantee it that every single share is worth $1,000. So when you're buying it, are you buying it for $1,000 right now? No, you're not. Right now, we are in our pre-sale phase, and this pre-sale is at $5. It is ending on the 5th of November. Okay. Whatever shares is not sold, that will be transferred over to our next phase. There's a total of 19 additional phases, where the first one is starting at $10. So let's say, for argument's sake, we sell 150,000 shares, then 50,000 remaining shares, that's at $5, will be transferred over to main phase 1. Okay, so there will be additional 50,000 shares in that pool. What that means is that the value of the shares, after the value of the commissions and the competition, as well as what AUREUS, Sun, and Ubuntu Helping Hands will be getting, will also increase, because now there's more shares and the value is higher to the purchase value. Now, like I said, our first target is to do 2 plants by January 2026. Our first dividend payout will be April 2026. Second dividend payout will be July 2026. Third will be October 2026. And then the fourth one, which will only be in 2027 though, is January 2027. Then it will be July 2027, April 2027, then July 2027, October 2027, and then January 2028. And it will continue like this. As the company is growing, we are getting more plants. Our dividends, the quarters will change to biannually, and eventually they will become annually. Right. Now, this presentation is showing you where the value is sitting at $107,000 per kilogram. The dividend payout is $145 per share per year. We do not know what the value is of gold going to be by the time that we're going to be selling, paying out the dividends. But the current gold value per kilogram is $127 $132,000, right? Yes. In our previous meeting, that was last night, it was sitting at $132,000. So it has decreased in value. This is normal. All currencies fluctuate, goes up and down. Okay, but at the time that we sell the actual gold, it will be at that specific rate. I'm just getting my calculator. So to give you an indication of what we are looking at $127,000. So 3,500 kilograms, that's 3.5 tons, times $127,000. That gives us $444,500,000 divided by 1.4. Sorry. I made a boo-boo. Let's do this again. 3,500 kilograms times $127,000 minus 45%. Now, the 45% is the expenses. That is all the expenses of the mining operations, the business expenses, everything, including taxes. That leaves $244 million. That's divided by 1.4 million shares. And that gives you a total of $174 minus the 145 with what's on the screen there. So you're looking at a $29 increase just by the gold value. We are not going to be changing this presentation every week, but it gives everybody an indication of where we are going at. Okay, but that's the start. You know, our goal is not to end by this 250 hectare 250 hectare piece of land in Godoma. We're going to be expanding all over Africa, 5,000, 6,000 hectares by 2035, and anything between 50 to 100 to maybe 150 tons of gold, and then also other valuable precious metals. All right, we don't know what type of metals we are going to be finding, but according to their rate, that is sold, the profit is divided between the shareholders. As simple as that. But to give you an indication, and for all the networkers, learn the formula, because this is key. Anybody asks you, you know, how many dividends am I getting? You can tell them, you can show them directly on your calculator. And this is powerful when you're introducing a business. So if we take 50 tons, that's 50 times 1,000 equals 50,000 kilograms.
Hello, Manny.
Times $127,000.
Tô bem, tu? Posso telefonar daqui a
6
meia hora? Pode chamar. Alô?
That's $6.3 billion minus 45. Minus 45%. That is $3.4 billion, and that is then divided by the 1.4 million shares. That gives a total dividend of $2,494. Right, so that is based on how many? On 50 tons of gold. Now, you would normally not be able to do 50 tons of gold in a year, all right, on a mine, and that is why we're going to be expanding all over Africa, different areas. And we're not just talking about Zimbabwe or Zambia, we're talking about Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, Namibia, Limpopo, South Africa, you name it. We're also not just about mining gold. We're also going to be rehabilitating the people that's on the land. We're going to be introducing them to clean energy, clean water, food, electricity, basically, and then also job creation that we're going to be providing. Education is a big part of it. Kids are walking anything between 7 and 15 kilometers a day to get to school. So we're going to be opening up local schools in the sustainable villages. All right, so that the kids can actually go to school and they don't need to walk 8 kilometers or 15 kilometers or further. All right. We're a proof of work company. This is also a big selling point. There's a lot of businesses out there when you're trying to sell a share or whatever they are selling, there's no proof on it. You know, we've gone there. We've been there many times. Myself personally, I've been there 8 times throughout the year of 2024. We went to the land, we went to various houses and to communities and so forth, where we introduced the business. We even got the advisor or the president that's also on board in the project. This is important. You need those type of connections in a business like this. These two Indian gentlemen over here, by the way, Mr. Donovan James is not here tonight. He's got other meetings. Now that's him over there, over there as well. There as well. So you can see he's all got different shirts on. These are different times that they went through. Okay. This other gentleman here, that's not me. I'm over there. But yes, we kind of do look alike. I see this now. Now I understand it. First time I actually look at that. So he's the owner of Yagden Engineering, and he's going to be creating these wash plants for us all over Africa. He's got a big engineering company in Zimbabwe, but branches all over Africa. And the beautiful thing is, why we got him involved is because he's like us. He is a philanthropist. He wants to help the community. And that's why he's personally helping us. And also, any breakdowns that happens, they come out, they can sort it out. If they can't fix it, then they will bring a replacement plant. So we have got minimal amounts of downtime. This piece of rock that this person is holding, him and his partner, they are business partners, not life partners. They're business partners, and they are from Zambia. They got 5 mines in Zambia. I don't know where my brain is today. A long day, sorry. They got 5 mines in Zambia, gold mines, and they came through to Kadoma to introduce the business, and also to help us with the geotechnical reports and stuff. And the main reason, though, is for the grass. The greener the grass, the more iron oxidation there is. And they saw a photo that Donovan showed them, and they said they have to see this with their own eyes. They don't believe this. And when they got here, they said, you know, this doesn't even happen in Zambia. There is so much iron oxidation here, which means there's a high concentration of gold that's also going to be under the ground. So geotechnical report is 100% accurate. You know, so it was a real pleasure having them there as well. These two photos here, they are from a different mine site that's not part of Kadoma. We just went and took photos and spoke to them, find out how they're doing it, what the process is, and it's very dangerous, they told us, and not just to sell the gold, but actually to mine the gold. As you can see, they don't have the right machines and tools. And then, lastly, this rock here, it's over there, and it's over there. He's also holding it. That rock is one of the rocks that goes into the crusher, which is another machine that we're going to be having. And this will actually get fine traces of gold and other alluvial metals. You can see there's a couple of pieces of gold here as well. This was done by just normal panning. So you can literally dig a 2-3 meter hole in this land and just pan for a couple of hours, and you got gold, you know. So, and these are quite big nuggets comparing to the sand particles. Look at it. We need water. Like I said, wash plant technology. We've got plenty of top water and as well underneath the ground. I already said we've been all over Zimbabwe. We especially went to the Rada Institution of Technology, which is a massive technical academy. And then we also went for many events introducing the business. So there's a total of 1.4 million shares, 200,000 shares at $5 until the 5th of November. And then we're going over to the next 19 phases. Payments for South African rands is done for the first 4 phases. So that's a pre-sale, phase 1, 2, and 3. And then all the other payments, all phases are done in USDT as well, in the Polygon, Ethereum, Tron, and BNB network. Right. So there's 20 phases. And with these 20 phases, we have divided the capital that's coming in into multiple companies. So there's 3 companies that basically is the main companies, which is AUREUS, Sun, and Ubuntu Helping Hands Foundation. And then, of course, we also split the affiliate commission and the gold diggers competition. So most important is the phases that decrease. And because of the phasing decreases, and this is the base amount of shares, the competition prizes, the affiliate commission, everything will also decrease. And then it will start increasing because the value goes up. We'll show this now. Right. I want to stop here by the pre-sale quickly, because this is where the important part is. This is where we are now. Besides where we're going, this is the important part. This is the only time that you are getting additional 15% in shares. Okay, so let's take for an example, we're running a special right now where if you buy 1,000 shares, okay, so 1,000 times 5 is $5,000. Then you're getting an additional 50 shares. Now, 50 shares doesn't sound like a lot, but if you take the consideration of what that 50 shares represents, okay, that represents free shares, number 1. And number 2, it represents that each share is worth what? $1,000. So that's $50,000, all right, comparing to the $5,000 that you paid. And you could easily, in the next 2 years, go and sell that 50 shares and you still have your base amount of shares. Okay, that is for the people that want to sell the shares. They can think of it like that. Right now, it's about collecting shares. Okay, we have been doing this pre-sale for quite some time, and we decided to stop it now on the 5th of November, and then the next one is going to be stopped at the 5th of December, then the 5th of January, then the 5th of February. All right, and it's going to carry on like that every 5th up until the 5th of July 2027. That is the latest that you'll be able to buy a share through AUREUS. Then from there, it will go to the AUREUS NFT marketplace, and there you're going to be buying the shares, not from AUREUS. You're going to buy the shares from the people that are selling the shares. So then you're basically going to buy it from the shareholders of AUREUS Alliance Holdings. Now, on $5,000, right, minus 15%, that's $750 of commission. Okay, $750 of commission. So if we take the 750 divided by 5, that's 150 shares. Okay, so now is the time to go out, look for anybody that could do this, that can buy 1,000 shares at a shot, and you're going to be making 150 shares on that deal. Okay, plus you have got $750 in commission. So you can decide, well, you know what, do I want to take the $750 and convert it over to shares, or do I want to take the $750 and withdraw it? That's your choice. Okay, but let's say you do convert it, then you got 300 shares in your back office. Now there's a reason why I want to show this. Not that. Where's my thing? Okay, so this is my personal back office. Sorry, I got a mosquito in front of my face again, and I've got 308 shares. Okay, that 308 share cost me $1,500. My expected dividend is $9,414 my gosh, my brain. I do apologize. And this is simple calculations. So 924 times, I think this is $209,000 at the moment. Minus 45%. Divided by 1.4. That's $39. Did I get that calculation correctly? On 2 plants. Yeah, 27. Okay, I'm a bit out. All right. Everybody that the reason why the amount of kilograms is less is because it was set at 20 hours per day, 100% no breakdown basically, or 90% uptime. So we've reduced that down to a more realistic of 14%. Okay, 14 hours, not 14%. Okay. But this is the type of dividend that you can look at. If we do 924 kilograms. So let's say for argument's sake, we don't do 924 kilograms by April, but we do it by the end of 2026. I paid $1,500 for my shares. I'm getting $9,414. The following year, we get the same amounts. Am I going to sell my shares? Okay. No. Why? Because every single year I'm making $9,000. Okay. And I paid $1,500. That's how you sell it. All right. So you can tell the person this is based on 924 kilograms. And they're going to ask you, okay, but what if you can't achieve 924 kilograms? Then you say to them, our base or our target is 100 kilograms a month. And 100 kilograms a month is 100% doable. Okay, that's easy, if I can put it like that. Especially with us in the beginning, where, like I said, our geotechnical report has got 2.1 tons of gold in it. All right. Any questions before I continue? If you the chat, this chat, wish they would change it back to the way it is. If you got a question and you don't want to speak it, then please type it out. Otherwise, you're welcome to raise your hand and unmute yourself when asked. Any questions on what I've said so far? No questions? None? Okay. Everybody's waiting for the marketing, I know this. Okay, so tonight was about how can you win 1 million rand. This is how you can win 1 million rand or $60,000 is by selling out the shares, helping us, every single person that has joined so far, that is introducing people. You are not required to introduce anybody if that is the question. No, you're not required to introduce anybody. But if you are here to earn commissions, to win the competition, that is how you're going to do it. There is no other way to do it. The top winner, they will win it. Now, how do you see this? All right. So we have got a section on the website that's at the bottom here. It's called Become an Affiliate. We are going to be putting this into the main website as well, where you'll be able to see it. Okay. But here is the current winners. So we got Neil in first place, Carvin Davids in second place, Rena in third place, Master A in fourth place. Okay. Paula in fifth place, Kim Glover at sixth place, I think I saw Kim here tonight. Welcome, Kim. So far, Kim is basically in the running for $6,000. But this is reliant on what? On the shares being sold. Now the question is now, what if there is not a total of 200,000 shares sold? Let's say for argument's sake, we're sitting now on 16,000 shares that sold. Okay. So 16,000 times 5 minus 15%. Okay, so that's $12,000. So that $12,000, then we're looking at roughly what? $12,000, 3.5. Yeah, it's probably going to be about $500 for the 4th to the 10th. But we'll do the calculation will be done on that based on the amount of shares that's sold. Okay, so the more shares are sold, the higher that competition price is going to become. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's a good thing, because if it's not sold, it's going to be transferred to there, because that means the competition here is going to be bigger, which is $90,000 for the first prize. The next competition is $112,000. The next competition is $120,000. Next competition is $112,000. Now, remember I said it was going down, then 90,000. Then from 90, it's going to 100, then 120, 135, 150, 300, 600, 900, 1.2 million, 1.5, 1.8, 2.1, 2.4, 2.7, and finally $3 million. Okay, so our goal is to attract the best of the best networkers. And that could be each one of you that's here tonight, that's watching this presentation. Okay, so anybody that's going to be building this business, you got a high probability of retiring once we're at this stage. And then also, with the shares that you have purchased, and also you probably would have converted quite a lot of your commissions over to shares, then you'll be getting a large sum in dividends as well. Because the more shares we are selling, the more plants we can set up. That's the difference. That's what this is about. The more plants we can set up. Now, what's going to happen with Sun? Sun is sitting with, will be sitting with 100,000 plus shares. I will unmute everybody just now. Sun will be sitting with 100,000 shares by the time we're sitting at phase 19. And this will boost its own token that we have to probably about $50. Okay, because we're going to be listing on 15 plus exchanges with about $16 million of liquidity. Okay, so what's going to happen then is that Sun is becoming profitable, and that profits is a percentage of that that's going to AUREUS, which means that's divided between the shareholders. When it comes to the other businesses, same story. Okay, we provide this presentation material for everybody, so it's easy to access, and that's in the dashboard itself. So once you have logged in, what I would advise everybody is start by getting the link, whoever introduced you, logging into the account, register, log into the account, go through the processing, and then start exploring the site. Okay, understand what this is, understand the model, go through the calculators. Okay, on your custom page that will look like this, and every single networker has got a page like this. So go and update your image. Make sure that you've updated your image. We have reset the entire design, where now you are registering, you are doing your terms and conditions, and then you have to set your settings. So while you're doing the settings, put a picture on. Okay, if you don't want to put a picture of yourself, then take a picture of the trees or the sky or something and put it there. Okay, Please don't put any pictures of kids. No, just don't. I'm gonna get into trouble with that. But put a nice picture there. Okay, put a painting if you don't want to put a picture of yourself. Or create one with NFT artworks. But set up your portfolio, right? I mean, I literally got my photo taken by Riva at Donovan's house to make this design. Okay. If you want something like this, once again, reach out to us. Yes, there's Gabriel. Gabriel, he went and created himself his own little picture, and he's put it on his profile on WhatsApp. So everybody that's looking at Gabriel, all of his friends, his family, everything, they are seeing Aureus, and they're going to start asking him, what is Aureus? Okay. So it's important that your persona is correct. And then also, now we're going to start getting with the networking. Get yourself a LinkedIn page. It's important. Go create yourself a LinkedIn page. Okay. A LinkedIn page is a professional page. It's a business page. All right. So you're going to say what business you're involved in. So yeah, you can put in AUREUS Alliance Holdings. Okay. And I'm going to share the link here with everybody. So there it is. Please go and follow it. Okay. The more people we have that is following AUREUS Alliance Holdings, the more exposure it will have. Okay. And we will need this exposure when we get to our later phases as well. Okay. And the more people that is connecting with it, when other investors, especially on LinkedIn, when you contacting them, you speaking to them, and I see, hey, this is AUREUS Alliance Holdings. They've got so many people. They're doing Zoom meetings. They have set up their plans. They have done this. They have done this. Everything that gives you the security. You know, they see that what you are advertising, what you're talking about, is true. Like I said, we're proof of work company. I got 5 message and notifications. Here's a tip. If you've got an existing LinkedIn page and you do add it, what will happen is what happened here with me. Every single person that is in your connections, they will send you a message that says, congratulations on your anniversary. Congratulations for joining what company you're joining. Okay. That opens the door, and that's part of networking 101. A lot of people, I mean, when somebody sends me a link and I don't know you, then immediately I'm offensive. Immediately. I'm like, why are you doing this? That's not how networking works. Why are you just sending me crap? I don't care if it's the best thing in the world. Don't just send me crap. That's how I feel about it. Okay. And you can butter it up. This is an amazing software. This is an amazing program. They're giving you dividends. You're going to make millions. You can do whatever you want. That person's mind is you are sending them crap. Do not do it. So how do you connect? You connect with the person. You start speaking to the person. Hi, I'm so and so. You know, like, how are you doing? Like, I see we are connected. We are doing certain things that look the same. You know, what are you involved in? Open up that door. And if they come and they tell you, yeah, they're in this thing or that thing, I say, okay, cool. You know, and give them that benefit of the doubt. But you're opening the door. You know, when it comes to networking, the one that speaks, right, is the one that loses. So if he starts speaking after you've already got him, just keep on engaging with the person, right? And also have your profile right, so that he's going to come and look at it. So what I do, for an example, my profile is done. So I will, when somebody says congratulations, I say, cool, thank you very much. And I leave it there, you know, and then they will either respond to it. Okay. I don't bombard them with a link. I don't tell them, I just let it go for 2 or 3 days, and then I start contacting the same people that contacted me, and I say to you know what, this is what we're doing. There's a couple of days left, and right now that is your biggest selling point. There is only a couple of days left. Okay, we're talking about 28 is gone, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 days. So use these 8 days on a daily basis, every single day. And whatever material we are providing you, go and post it on your social media. Paste it on LinkedIn, paste it on Facebook, paste it on Instagram, wherever you are connected, what you are comfortable with, what you have a following with, and that will boost it. Okay? So, Facebook. Okay. Okay, so with Facebook is a bit of the wild, wild west. Okay? But there is ways that you can use it. Once again, you have to put something up. Okay. So I got a little post that I made it earlier. Let me first get it. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Presentation. No. Good grief. No, this is the plants.
Oh no, he's back.
Hey,
You disappeared. You suddenly froze.
did I freeze? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I've never seen you sit still like that for that long, so you must have frozen.
I'm looking for a picture, okay, that I want to
Right.
put on here. Okay, so that's over there. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I mean that's all I'm doing, and I'm posting it. I'm not putting more information. I want the people to engage with me. Okay. That's the first step. Okay. So I'm posting this and I want them to engage with me. Like if I go to, once again, this is now another tool, is Telegram. If it opens up, where is it opening up? There, over there. Okay. Sorry, I've got 2 screens, so I'm turning my neck left, that's why. Okay. There, my story. Okay. There, I posted it. Look at this for an example. Okay. I posted this, I got 67 views, I got 4 likes. Okay. When you click on it, I can see exactly who has said, you know, they like it. I can see who has looked at it. Okay, now I can go and connect to those people and I can tell them more about it. That is good news for me. Very good news. I need to do that tomorrow. Okay. Right. So this is the thing. And it's marketing material that's already created. You don't need to go make this. If you want something specific, if you've got a bright idea that you want to use, then contact us. Okay. How do you get in touch with JP Roderman? Send me an email. Okay. When you send a message here, it comes directly to me. If you can't connect with me directly, in your back office, you got a support center, And when you're going to type a message here, we will get that support message, right? I mean, who just King Solomon? I know. That's an old networker, okay? So I will connect to them. People see what you post because they're your friends on Facebook, okay? Now, the other thing that you can do, I did show this last time, I will show it again, is you click on share, right? This is the dollar one, right? Yeah. And then you go to groups, okay? This is if you've already got groups. I'll show you just now how to get groups. And then I'm going to click it on that one. And I'm going to click on post. Simple as that. Go to the actual group and there you go. Okay. Now, how many people does this group have? 15,000. Okay, so 15,000 potential people during the course of the hours will go and look at this. Okay, if they go to the page, they will see it. Okay, this page is extremely active with a lot of nonsense, but there's people and everybody likes money and it's just the way it is. All right, now, how do you get to these groups? In the search bar, you're going to type in, let's look for something. Shares. Let's see if there's any share groups. All right, so shares, and then I'm going to go to groups. Okay, so what have we got here? We got shares buying and selling information group. This has got 9,900 people in it. Okay, click on join. Ah, lovely. It's already, you have joined. I didn't even need to approve anything. We've got US stock markets and shares. Now, why are you joining these groups? Because the people that are in these groups, they already understand shares. Okay, so they already understand what you are selling. I said this last time in the last marketing, and nobody has taken any action on it. So hopefully this time you will. Okay, go and connect on the groups. And then once you have connected on the groups, then you go and start posting. Okay, like I said, you need help, contact us. Right? For anybody that does need to connect to me, actually, let's do it like this. It will be better. I'm quickly going to create a group. And this is another thing. Let me teach everybody how to do this in place of doing it in the background. The top, new group. So myself and Ravashan will be in this group. Oh, come on. This is not the app being full of nonsense. There you go. Alex, sorry. I need to write this down. I need to contact this young man. He's from Russia. And he used to do my translations for the Zoom meetings in Russia. And I forgot his name. So I'm remembering something, I write it down instantly. That's another tip. Okay. What did I say? Ravashan. Ooh. 2. Next. Add a group. Now, when you guys create a group, please add us in the group. And we're going to call this AUREUS Marketing Requirements. Great. Members, invites. Ravashan, I hope you're ready for this. Okay. So that is now officially the AUREUS Marketing Requirements group. I've just posted it inside of the chat. Okay, in Zoom, it's in the Zoom chat. So everybody, you are welcome to join this group. If you need marketing material, then this is going to be an easy way. +351. That is Azalia, Regilia. Welcome, Regilia. Glad to see you here again. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
so it's vitally important that you guys join these groups. Okay. And then you can start. Now, here's another thing. I'm going to teach you another trick I didn't do last time. We're going to look for somebody that's advertising something, and then we're going to look for a secondary thing. And there might not be any in here, but let's look. What I'm looking for is comments. Okay, nothing here. All right, so let's look for that dreaded name, but you will find what you're looking for here, which is MLM. Groups. There's 300,000 people here. Good grief. Oh, and I got 253 friends here as well. Brilliant. Okay. The reason being why I went to this specific group is because you're looking for people that are looking for opportunities to make money. Okay. So let's see. Drop your business advertisement links. Drop your links and advertise your business. Well, there's something. Right, so there's 231 comments. Okay. That's 231 comments. So you're looking, that's still active. When was this? Oh, geez, look at that's old. No, this group is dead. That's another thing you need to look at, is you need to look when last the post is made in the group. Sorry. Okay, but here is somebody. He's saying that even though it's 2018, I'm looking for a legit MLM. So contact the person, right? Add him as a friend first. Okay. I'm already on my cap when it comes to friends, so we'll see. Okay, and then once again, go write his name down or her name down. Neuter, Nectar. What a name. Neuter, Nectar, and write where it's from. Facebook. Okay. And yes, I got a book, and everything that I do is written in the book. Get yourself a book. A wise man once told me, now if Donovan was here, he'd say, that's a very wise man. Okay, it's not him though. It's our CFO. So when I met our CFO, I explained to him the entire presentation, what we're doing and everything. And he's got a book and a pen out and he's busy writing it down. I'm like, I can give you this beautiful presentation. You don't need to write this down. And he looked at me and he says, have you not learned anything? And I'm like, wow, okay. That's an interesting way of saying it. He said, when you write things down, your mind remembers. And it's true. Yes, this is my AUREUS book. This is the famous Book of Sun. This is my company's book. Every single page is full. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you should be able to. There you go. Yeah. See my lovely background. Okay. Anyways, the big fat book, I wrote down every single thing that happened in my company. Okay, so it's important. Write things down. Okay. Then, like this one, I'm looking for associates, whether you want to make money or career out of it, just some extra. This guy is marketing, you know? Here's another thing. Let's look. If we click on him, is he friendly? Advertising. Okay, he hasn't done anything since 2018. Useless, not going to work. Okay, so you have to get something that is relevant. Let's look for another group. There you go, 31 minutes. Before that, 2 hours. That's 2 hours. Okay, this looks better. You're looking for comments, you are looking for likes. Okay. Like this person, he's liked it. Huh, lovely. So this person is saying, if you're in Africa, you're looking on how to make money from your phone, come privately, enjoy it, come contact me. It's a person that's already advertising on Facebook. So whatever they are advertising, they're already doing that. If you can connect them and they go and do advertisement, then they're going to earn commissions, all right, which is going to help you because they will buy shares and you're going to earn commissions from that. Okay. Okay, any questions so far? I'm just looking for something specific here. No questions. Oh, geez, there's lots of messages. Energetic. What's up? Tonight, I'm not that energetic. I've had a really long day. Yay, yay. I'm in the running, Neil. I'm coming for you. That's what I want. I want action. Well done, Kim.
You see nothing yet from Kim.
Listen,
When she wakes up, she wakes up.
I won't share Kim's, I won't share what Kim is doing. It's kind of like my dad looked at he's busy with all of the accounts and he's like, because we're looking for anybody that potentially could be manipulating the system, okay, by joining and then making so like a fake account and then make another account underneath that account, okay, and then marketing on that account. Please do not do it. Your account will be deleted. I have sent out terms and conditions on this, okay. But any case, and I looked at this and my dad's like, what is this woman doing? I'm like, she's doing good. That's what she's doing. And I'll leave it at that. Well done, Kim. Well done. So far, well done.
Kim understands how to build
Yeah.
her team.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it.
So she's setting up the structure and then people will be filling it. We know how she works. I taught her. She learned from the master. She'll tell you.
Rena, remember our deal, né? The master starts working when?
Next
In
month.
2 days.
In 2 days.
No, not next month. You can't say next month.
Next month? 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days. Yes, in 2 days. Then the master is starting to work.
Master is busy with big deals. You don't know.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I love it. I love it. My Facebook has also become reach your goal. No. You know, at one stage, people have Congo representation today's date. Oh, that's gold, selling gold. You know, in the beginning, hey, Ian, where's Ian? Is Ian here tonight? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look, I'm so proud of him. Wow. I love it. Like, awesome. So this is one of my old friend networkers back from AUREUS, from Sun's days, and he said to me he loves AUREUS. Look at that, you know, wow. Well done. Big thumbs up. Love it. And he's got a big network. He's posted this 7 hours ago. And that's the type of thing that you need to do. You know, own a piece of real gold wealth. AUREUS Alliance Holdings isn't just another investment. Real ownership and gold operations built for long-term growth and trust. $5 shares going up soon. Real assets, real value, real returns. Don't just watch others strike gold. Own your share before the price doubles. Nice. Okay. So, and I see he's send me up a message. I tried to reply back. I couldn't. Okay. All right. All right. If you do find a bug, okay, we have created another group, and this group is for any form of bug. Okay. And please note, my software is new. Okay, when I'm talking about the website launching, okay, so we're talking about now the front end, not the back end, the front end. So that's what everybody is seeing. So, like for an example, we when Regilia came in, we saw there's an issue with Brazil KYC, and we fixed that. Okay, but we wouldn't have known about that issue if Regilia didn't come on board. Okay, so unfortunately, a lot of testing, it happens when the members join. Okay, we have sorted out, I would say, 99% of the bugs. I know what Ian is talking about there. He's talking about the internal messaging system. Okay, so I'll go look at that tonight. And that's the other beautiful thing is I am the software developer, creator, architect. So it's when there's an error found, it's not going to take me a week or a month or even a day. If I get told about the error and I'm awake, you'll get it sorted out within 10, 30 minutes, maybe. Okay, here's a question. In a South African rand, if I buy with 500 rand, how is it going to work? How long will it take for it to grow? Tembasili, okay? So if you buy in South African rands, so let's do that quickly. Once you have registered, logged into the account and everything, you're going to click on purchase shares. You're going to go to bank transfer and you're going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so the total is 495 rand. You're going to go down to the bottom, click on continue payment. Yeah, you'll get the banking details if it is to FNB and you are in FNB. Well, not to is if it is to it will always be to FNB. If you are not in FNB, sorry, if you are not in FNB, then please do an instant clearance or instant payment. Okay. Otherwise, you are gonna have to wait until the money is cleared in the account. Once it's cleared in the account, then your shares will be released. Okay. So you'll have a special reference. Please don't use that as the reference. That's my reference. Okay. Your reference will be on there in your own account. Copy the account number and the account name and pay into the account. Okay. Once you have paid, you got your proof of payment. You're going to click on choose file. Yeah, you're going to don't send me a picture of the competition. You're going to send a photo or a PDF of the actual payment, right? And then you're going to click on submit payment for review. Okay. Now, I know people saw this and they're going to ask me about this. Are you purchasing shares for someone else? Read what it says. Are you purchasing these shares for someone else? That means that for another person, not for yourself, for another person. So if you are, you can click there and you can put in another person's details. Like for an example, if I put in there AUREUS, okay, it will find JP Rademeyer. Okay, all right. So if I put in there JP Rademeyer, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm not 48 years old. No, I wasn't born in 19. Okay, it will also find it. Okay, so it depends on the person that you are making the payment from. Right. Then you're going to click on submit payment for review. All right. So I'm going to deselect that now. And that's another thing. You have to deselect it if you're not going to use it. And then you're going to click on submit payment for review, and it will come up with a confirmation. Okay. We don't know about this yet. Okay, so if you have made a payment, you got to this point, and you did not click on confirm and submit, we are not aware of it. Please just go back and do it again, and we will be able to do it. Okay, now for the crypto, Fernando Ganhao. Welcome, Fernando. I hope you understand English. I'm going to show you how to do it if you are in Europe. Okay, so you're going to be paying in USDT. So you're going to choose USDT. You're going to choose the amount that you want to buy. For example, $500, $100, or $5. Doesn't matter. Whatever you can purchase and afford. Okay, so you can even choose $5. Just a little something on the banks. Any bank payments, there is an additional 10% transaction conversion fee. On USDT, there is none. Okay, so $5. To access the tiers, you actually have to buy above you have to buy 5,000 or above, right? So we're just going to say $5, and then you're going to click on continue to payment method. What did I miss here? Minimum is 5. Oh, I went and scrolled. I'm on a computer here. Okay. So if I do this, scroll my mouse, it goes up and down. See the actual value. All right, there's $8. So I'm gonna just make it $5. Then click away, and then I can scroll. Okay. Continue. Okay, then it will ask you what network. So the payments are USDT, but what network do you want to pay it in? So let's say, for argument's sake, you got Tron. You are going to copy this, and you're going to make the payment to that wallet address, to that specific wallet address. Okay. Once you've made the payment, you will get a transaction code. The wallet address you're going to copy, you're going to paste it in here. This is an example. You're not going to do what I'm doing now. You are going to paste the wallet address that you are paying from in this address there. Okay. And then the transaction hash, you're going to put in here. So I'm just putting in random stuff here now, just for an example. Okay, that's going to be too long. It's not going to work. All right. We check and verify every single transaction. Okay. A hash code cannot be duplicated as well. Okay. So you can't use the same hash code twice. Now there's another question. If you send us, like for an example, this, okay, that's not a hash code. A hash code will in Tron, let's just go there. No, go away. So that is a transaction hash code. It is a long number. Okay, so let's just copy this. Okay, so that's what the transaction has. The TX ID will look like. It's not a short digit. Now, if you get an email that says that your payment has been rejected, what does that mean? Do you need to go and pay it again? No. That means that you have not provided the correct hash code. And we will specifically say this in the message. We will say to you, you have not provided the correct hash code. Okay. And then all you do is you go back in the system, you go through this process. You're not going to be paying again. You're just copying your wallet, you're copying the hash code, and you click on submit payment. If the hash code and the wallet doesn't, in the payment amount, does not reflect in our account, it will not be approved. Okay. If you want to buy for someone else, once again, press there. Okay. And then you're going to click on submit payment. Once you're done there, you're going to click on confirm and submit, and it will go through to the admin. Okay, so Fernando's saying only in crypto. Yes, correct. Only in cryptocurrency. The reason being is because for transactional fees that goes into the FNB bank account with conversion fees, what we have experienced is people do not follow the instructions. And we cannot calculate every single transaction fee and taxes and everything. So even on the crypto, we've come to experience where they'll pay from Binance, pay for an example for one share where they're paying $5, and then Binance will deduct $1. Okay, so it's deducting the dollar off the $5, which means we only get $4. Now we're sitting in a problem. We can't confirm that payment because we can't lose $1 from every single payment, from every $5, which means we have to contact the person and tell them, listen, please send us $1. Okay, and with the banks, it's even worse because what happens is you're going to be making a payment from your bank to our bank. You're going to be paying a transfer fee. And then when it comes into our country, then we are going to be paying a conversion fee. Okay. So even if you pay the transaction fee in your country and it's sent into our account here in South Africa, we're looking at maybe 15–20%. Okay. We cannot afford a loss like that. So we are not accepting any payments that is not crypto for international. Now, here comes the next thing, Fernando, is how to acquire cryptocurrency. Okay, there is multiple ways. I'm going to show you my personal way, how I like to do it, right? It's easy. It's easy to get, what do you call it? RICAD, FICA, or whatever, KYC, know your customer. And it's called Remitano. Okay. So you go to Remitano. You can see every single transaction that is happening, what's going on. Okay, and I will share a link as well. I'll make a there's it. You can use Kraken, that's 100%. Okay, I'm just giving an example of what you can use. All right, if you're happy with Kraken, you can do Kraken, you can do Binance, you can do whatever you want, however you want. You can just buy the crypto and send it. Okay, I use Remitano because, well, I am a decentralized guy. That's one of the things. And this way you are helping the decentralized network of communities. Okay, so yeah, you can buy and sell. The other option is OKX. OKX is also a very, very nice peer-to-peer exchange. They are a bit full of nonsense though when it comes to payments, like payments, for an example, from the bank account. If it is from your personal account, that's fine. But when it comes to business accounts, they want every single detail. Okay. So Remitano, for me, it's easy. It's peer-to-peer. I don't have an issue. Okay. So Fernando, you're more than welcome to use Kraken. Yes. Where are we now? Any other questions? Oh, Timbasili, I was still busy with you. Sorry. I'm still not answered on how long it will take to grow, if I did it in a year or two, and how much is added in that term. Okay. So the gold that we are mining out. All right. So let me show you visually on this is our prospectus. Okay. This is a very lengthy document, but the reason why I'm going to the specific area is because what it stipulates here. For scaling, the prospect comprises 10 times 25 hectare blocks, which is a total of 250 hectares. Applying the same assumptions provides an in-situ volume of 2.4 million square meters. No, what, Neil, what is M3? I wanted to ask the other day. I'm like I said, I'm not an engineer.
So what was that? We were
M3. That
meters cubed.
Cubed, yeah.
Cubes.
It's a
Okay,
volume.
Volume.
So that's 2.4 million cubic meters.
Cubic meters. Thank you. All right. So 2.4 million cubic meters. Hopefully I'll remember it tomorrow.
Write it down in your book.
That's not a bad idea. M3. Thank you. M3 cubic meters. And here's another thing. You know, I've said this before. I'm not an engineer. Okay, I don't have an engineering degree. I'm not a miner. I'm a
Neil
software
does.
developer. I
Neil
learned this when I went to when I went to Zim and I got interested in what this business is. I knew I needed to learn as much about mining as possible. Okay, and that's how I got to my knowledge base of where I am. Okay, so there's a potential gold amount of 2,160,000 grams. That's 2,160 kilograms. Okay, or 69,460 ounces. Okay, so if we go according to the gold rate, now this is over 80 centimeters deep. Okay, so under a meter deep, over 250 hectares. So as we got our back actors and bulldozers and everything that's collecting what they call the tailings, and it's being transferred to the actual mining plant, okay, then that is going to be processed, and it's going to, I actually got my video, where is it? I'll show you. Well, I'll explain this. So this is the plant that is going to be set up for us by Yagden Engineering. Okay. So that thing that's spinning there, that is separating the sand, the tailings together. The rocks is going to be pulled out there by the conveyor belt. And it will basically explain this whole process. I'm just going to skip a bit ahead. Okay. So these red things here, they are called sluice boxes. Okay. These sluice boxes, they're going to be collecting fine traces of gold dust as well as gold nuggets. Okay. Then we take these sluice boxes, which is mats. There's like this mat contraptions that's there, those red things. And they go into boxes, and we are taking them to other plants where we will be processing it. Now, let's say for argument's sake, the amount of gold is 100 kilograms, right? So 100 kilograms. And I'm getting to your answer now, Tibisile. All right. So 100 kilograms of gold, all right, for the month, times $127,000. Okay, that's what the gold price is $12 million, divided by minus 45%. That is the expenses of the company. And that is then divided by 1.4 million shares. Okay, 1.4 million shares in total. All right, so that's a dividend on 1 kilogram, on 100 kilograms is $4.98 per share. Okay, does that make sense? $4.98 per share. All right, that's on 100 kilograms. Okay, so if you bought 500 rands shares, it's 100 rand a share, you would have 5 shares. That 5 shares will bring you in how much? $5 on a kilogram. Okay, so that's $25 that you are getting. All right, now that is for 100 kilograms. Our estimated lowest value that we are looking at is 300 kilograms by April 2026. So 300 kilograms times $127,000 minus 45% divided by 1.4 million. Now what? That's $14.96 per share. Okay, so your 500 rand, okay, so that's $15 by April per share. So that's times 5 would give you $74. Okay, $74 times, let's say 18 to give you, let's say the rand is sitting at 18 to the dollar. That gives you 1,347 rand in April. Okay, so the first year we will be doing 3 payments. The following year will be 4, but the first year is 3 payments because we're only starting mining operations in January. Okay, so just the first year of 2026, you're looking at times 3. So that's 4,000 rand, okay, for your 500 rand that you invested. For your 5 shares that you purchased, you will get 4,000 rand based on 1.2 tons of gold that's taken out in 2026. Everything is based on the resources, the amount of resources that's taken, processed, sold, and the profit is divided. Does that make sense to you, Timbasile? So that's the first year, okay? Second year, it's probably going to be triple that. The reason being is that by June, we want to have between 10 and 30 plants up and running, okay? So then we're talking about 3.2 tons, so 3,200 times $127,000, and that's the current rate minus 45% divided by 1.4 million. So 2027, you're looking at $159 per share for the year. So that in your case would be times 5. That's $798 for year 2, times 18 again. So that's 14,369 rand, okay, for your 5 shares. What was the previous amount? Well, it's 13 plus, is that right? Yeah, 1347. Okay, so you're looking at roughly about 15,000 rand on 500 rands worth of shares in 2 years. And this is based on actual gold being taken out of the ground and sold. Okay. Nathan, I explained it like as simple as possible right now. So is yours answered? I explained it in dollars and I explained it where I converted it over to 18. That is in the rand value. So basically, if we check it like this, payment for next year, I would say, where did I work it out? Over here. So 74. So let's say $74, okay, per share for 2026 as a, I would say as a minimum. Right, any questions? No questions, a stupid question. Please. Kim, do you know everything? Putting on the spot.
Still learning, JP, still learning.
Still learning, and you don't have any questions. You're just listening quietly in the background. You must have some questions. Come on, guys. This is
No,
this
I'm
is
good.
question. Learning, getting all my tips and tricks. That's good. Well, let me show you what my tips and tricks are built. Okay. I've spoken about my company quite a couple of times, which is called Sun. Okay, and I have said that I've got 149,000 people that's in my business. But tonight I will show the proof. I showed last night as well. 149,138. Okay. So they don't really know what's going on. There's a couple of them that are finding out slowly. I haven't sent any broadcast messages out. I haven't put any advertisements on. Nothing. To access my business in Sun, you have to be a member. So there's a membership cost for that, but that's completely separate. When we're talking about AUREUS, there is no cost for memberships. Okay, that's a big thing. Anybody that's gonna come ask you, yeah, you know, how much this is gonna cost me now per month? Nothing. It's for free. Join. Buy your shares, hold your shares, dear life. And when you get the chance, you will either sell it or you will get your dividends. Excellent. Right. Why are you not in a Zoom? Okay. He's gonna tell me, yo, you didn't send it to me. Okay. Yes, Paula, thank you. Hands up.
Hi, JP. Sorry, yeah, I'm feeling that maybe my question is a stupid question because there's something I'm just not totally understanding when you're dividing the, you know, when you're calculating the figure, you're taking off the 45%, and then the
Yes.
balance is divided by the 1.4 million shares. Where does the other figures come in? You know, the 10% for the that you're giving back to the community, building the community, you know, those other figures. I
No,
can't remember all of
that's
them.
in the okay, so yeah, you are misunderstanding.
Okay.
So what we are talking about when it comes to this, okay? We got the phases, right? This is the company selling company shares. Okay. When it comes to the profits that's divided, so if we work it out, we're in pre-sale. So November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months. If I have to count on my fingers, you know, it's just getting that time. Okay, so pre-sale main, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so which means that we will be there, okay, by April, by the first dividend, we will be by phase 5. Regardless whether or not paid out, sold out, doesn't matter. We will be by phase 5. Okay. By that stage, we will be sitting with 5 plus wash plants. Now, give you an indication, right? People are asking us, what if we don't have enough shares sold? Okay. That doesn't matter to us because we are going to be, we still have got shares. Remember, until the shares are actually sold, that 1.4 million shares, the company still has shares. Okay, so if you take for an example, let's just go on the first one of $15. All right, and let's say where are we sitting at here? Sorry. Okay, so that's it's the big numbers. Let me calculate this. 200 plus 150. Plus 125. plus 100,000. Plus 75,000. Plus 50,000. Okay. So that's a total. You can see there it is, right? That's a total of 700,000, right? So if we're going to take 1.4 million minus 700,000, that gives us 700,000 shares, right? So that means that there will be still 700,000 shares in for AUREUS, which means that times $15, because remember that shares gets divided between everybody. Okay, so that $15 then is $10,500,000. That will then be used to expand and get more plants up and running. Our target, and I've said this multiple times, is to get as many wash plants up on the land. And it's not just about the wash plant, it is all the machines, the staff, everything, to get Kadoma full up and running, because that will provide 3.5 tons per year, right? That 250 hectare piece of land. Okay. So when it comes to the charity, let's say for argument's sake, our pre-sale is 100% successful. It means $100,000 goes towards the CSR. Okay. It goes towards the CSR directly. That's where that 10% is. If phase 1 is 100% successful, then now when I'm saying successful, then $150,000 is going towards the charity. Okay, so it's when it comes to the capital that's additional for the company, that's going to be to grow the company. Okay, I'm talking about now shares. Once the 1.4 million shares is sold, then it's amongst all the shareholders, right? For an example, what I've done in my company is I decided, you know what, because I've got this relationship with AUREUS as partners in Sun, I want AUREUS to get back. I want AUREUS to grow. So I said, okay, I will purchase throughout these phases. I'm also going to be purchasing shares in AUREUS. So Sun will have 100,000 shares in AUREUS itself. And then that capital that's going to come from the dividends from those 100,000 shares, that's going to be used to really, really expand and do the CSR. I'm talking about, like, what we're showing you on paper is like 10% of what we're going to be planning to do. My mission in Sun for the last 4 years through everything has been to really put a detriment into poverty. Okay, because I know, and I've seen it with my own eyes. And the funny part about Zimbabwe, they believe that they are in poverty. They're not in poverty. I said this live and in a church in Zimbabwe, and the fact that I wasn't thrown with things is quite surprising. But I said there that Zimbabwe doesn't know what poverty is. Come to South Africa, you will see what poverty is. It's scary. But yeah, there's reasons for that as well in this country, and I'm not going to go into that. But we will do our best to feed thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and there's nothing that can stop that. You know, there's no government or any human being that can stop you if you want to donate $50,000 or $50 million towards every charity in Africa. Okay, so we are going to, and there's that we can do. And you know what's the sad part about doing it that way? They will use the money. So we are going to be building these eco villages, and these eco villages, they cost millions, but these eco villages will provide the needs that you require. And that's the big thing. You know, I've seen it personally. My wife, during lockdown, okay, it was as if God just told her, listen, you need to plant vegetables. When lockdown happened, we had an entire vegetable garden. We had so much beans in that garden that we actually gave the neighbors. It was too much. It was for us to eat. And it wasn't just, it was beans, it was pawpaws, it was what's the other stuff? Cucumbers, tomatoes, what's that purple thing? Egg fruit, you know. Carrots has always been a pain. Peas, split peas, okay, and spinach. Lots and lots of spinach.
Oh, there's a meeting I didn't know about.
So the whole point is that if you've got food, you know, then the people will be, they will be happy. They got water, they'll be happy.
Oh,
So, yeah.
sorry. I was talking to someone from Ghana.
Hi, HP. Right. Paula, does that answer your question?
Damn.
Yes, thanks, JP.
Not because their teeth are bad.
Excellent.
It's just the way they're
Right.
situated. Just the,
Okay. Sorry, I'm just muting you. If you got a question, please raise your hand or type it in the box. Okay, Nashi is saying, yesterday was suggested about the card usage and the payment of commissions on it. Okay, so Neil has said the card is here. However, we need to agree how we're going to be integrating it into AUREUS' site. And we are personally speaking, and myself, I physically sent a message through to the owner today, and that's the wonderful thing about it, and the connection that we have with Neil and this card. So thank you, Neil. Really appreciate it. Is that we can actually speak to the owner of the card, you know, and that gives us that freedom. That everything is 100%, and once we are connected, we've got everything connected, then you can take your commissions, put it on the card, and use it. What we heard today will blow everybody's socks off. You can even buy a house and a car with this card.
Just want to clarify one thing, though. We're talking about payment of commissions. The payment of the commission is not via the card. You get your commission, you can withdraw it. It's what you do with it after that, and the card is a facility that you can use to then spend it. It's the card is commission payments are not dependent upon the card.
Yeah,
that's the clarity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Thank you for saying that, Neil. Yeah. So the card is just a tool, like Remitana, OKX, Kraken, whatever you're using. That's your tool. That's what you use. I'm actually very comfortable, like I said, with Remitano. The other day we had an issue. I had to use OKX, and that's how I found out about the whole business bank story. And now I can't wait to get the card, because that will, like, I live on cryptocurrency. That's how I've been building my businesses for the last 5 years. Fernando, yes, please.
So am I understanding it correctly that this is a system that is completely separate to the existing financial system? Am I correct in saying that?
I'm not the right person to answer that question. Maybe Neil can.
Are you referring to the card there? So, I mean, we're obviously operating in cryptocurrency. We move things around in USDT. The card itself is an anonymous card. It uses the Visa system to transact. So anywhere that takes a Visa card, we can use to spend the money. There is a wallet that sits behind the card that we move our USDT or other currencies into, and then we can load the card. So a step of our level of protection, we move the monies into the card that we want to be able to spend there and then we just go and swipe it like a normal Visa card, or we set it up on Apple Pay or Google Pay and just treat it as a normal debit card.
Sounds awesome. So it's actually a system outside the fiat system that's in the crypto wallets.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, we load it via the system
Yeah.
outside. It has absolutely no limits and no KYC, but the spending of the money off that card is a Visa card. So that's the transfer into the fiat system to buy anything that will accept a debit card transaction to the amount you want to spend.
But in other words,
So what
P2P, can it go via the card without going through the Visa system?
P2P.
I don't know why you
P2P,
would do that rather than just keeping crypto, but I think that I'd have to double check. I think
No,
that
like
is a
Bruce
service
said.
available, but we need to double check on that one.
Okay.
are you referring,
P2P.
Fernando, you're referring to transferring crypto inside of the system to someone else?
That's correct.
Yeah.
You can do that in the vault.
In the vault bank.
Yeah.
At the bank,
At the back end. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So the way that the owner explained it like this, I asked him about the company, the holding company itself that's supplying the technology of the card, if I can put it like that. And he said there that he spent millions of dollars to connect his company with this company. He's done all the licenses, everything. He's been approved, and he is supplying the card for us. So his company is then done all the KYC, everything, provides all the liquidity, everything. So basically, when you're using this card, then it's his company that's paying for the transactions. But when you are using the card, nobody knows who you are when you use the card. That's where it's no KYC. So all the transaction goes on that company. It doesn't come on you. So you can take this card, you can pay for your flights, you can pay for any of your expenses, your bills, anywhere where Google Pay is acceptable, tap to go is acceptable, and also we will be getting the AUREUS card as well, which is going to be AUREUS and this company basically that will be on the card, and that card is just the physical version of the card. Does that answer your question, Fernando?
Yes, thank you. It's awesome.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, boys, you will be able to buy a house with the card if the person that is selling the house will have a card machine and accepts the payment. Yes, but there's other ways as well, which we will be teaching you, and that is with cryptocurrency in many countries. You can pay for cars, you can pay for houses, so that's another thing. So a car and a house, I guess it depends on how big the car and the house is or what we're talking about. But like for an example, the owner of the card, he said to us he wants to buy some sports car, and he spoke to the company where he's buying from, which is Ferrari, and they said, yeah, they'll accept the card. Okay, so there's an answer on that.
JP, got a question. Someone asked me, if they win the prize, how long takes you to pay it? Not me. I'm not asking this question. I promise you.
It was me.
No, not even me. Somebody asked me the question. Because they're gonna go all out.
There won't be a time limit. So we'll calculate. We'll know who the winner is. Okay, so the winner will be announced once the phase is completed. Because I don't know, like you kind of with this whole thing where you said in the first I got a feeling something's gonna happen in the next 5 days. Well, from the 1st to the 5th. That's going to I'm gonna be
Well, good
having
knowledge.
to train. I'm gonna train you two as well.
Yes. I don't mind being second.
150,000
So-
Come on,
that's
Tim.
it. We just
So
need
yeah,
the
but
mine up and running.
there you
That's
go.
why we are pushing.
So but the point is that as soon as the phase is completed, then because now it's remember it's a percentage based calculation. So depending on how many shares is going to be sold, the calculation will be calculated and said, okay, well, you know what, it's X amount of shares are sold, so 15% of that, that is the prize money, and it will work out the first, second, third, and fourth prize, and the payments as soon as we know this, the CFO confirms and the money is paid over. Remember, it's paid in crypto, so we're talking about as soon as confirmation, instantaneous, 1-2 minutes.
Okay. Thanks, JP. It's answered the person's question.
Right. We're sitting at cool. That's 10:30. Any last question?
Yeah, I sold 10 shares while I was sitting here. It's okay. Let's go.
Excellent.
When
Right.
is next network call? Or we said we just gonna do whenever?
No.
Not network call,
Let's, we need to, yeah. So we're gonna be. So what I saw tonight, is there was a lot of new people that came in. We did advertise for networkers. So if you are here tonight and you are just a shareholder, that is fine. Then you are just a shareholder. If you want to introduce this to a buddy, then take the commission. Okay, that's 15%. But tonight's meeting was predominantly for networkers, because that is where we need to really start pushing now to get the shares sold. The quicker the shares are sold, the quicker we are in Zim and setting up the mining and everything. All right. Any last question? Any comments? I don't see anything in the chat that I miss.
Okay, I'm hungry. I want to sleep. Come on.
I'm hungry. I want to go sleep. Okay. Yeah, no, it's the same. Okay. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Good night. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Good night,
thanks,
everyone.
JP.
See you next
Night.
time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Pleasure. Bye-bye. Bye.